Good afternoon, y'all. How y'all doing this afternoon? Man, I'm doing good. I'm gonna have to sip this one. I can't rush this country Wayne skip. Brittany. Dalen was trying to tell you about your paternity, and you're too busy worried about the chick that he was with instead of you worrying about the fact that your uncle may be your daddy. You think it's funny. But then again, I understand why she thinks it's funny. Because the truth gonna hurt even worse. Most people that laugh like that, that's because when the truth finally hits them like a ton of bricks, that's exactly how it's gonna feel. Like a ton of bricks. Because when Brittany goes and talk to Mama Nat and Samson about this situation, it's gonna feel like a ton of bricks. And when she find out that she is not his daughter and that Keith is her father, when she find out they paid him to leave town, she's really going to be pissed. And that means that her and Kelvin are not stepbrother and stepsister, but it doesn't matter after what she did with Dalen. It don't make a difference no way. So it is what it is. But when she finds out that Amber knew that it's a possibility that Keith might be her father and didn't tell her, she is never going to speak to Amber. Amber's going to need another attorney anyway, because she's going to be pissed. Now, Dalen, you were wrong for bringing that girl around her job. But then again, Brittany, you cheated on him not once, but twice. Or do I want to say 3 times a lady? So you have no right to have the holy high ground because you ain't got the right. What right do you have to have the holy high ground? You don't. You ain't got the right. At the end of the day, you had a good man, Savannah. And even though he wasn't where he needed to be in the beginning, he ended up where he needed to be in the end. And all you had to do was wait and be patient. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Nah. They don't love you like I love you. All you had to do was wait. That's all you had to do was just wait. But you couldn't wait, could you? I'm still waiting for you to come back to love, to fulfill this life we're dreaming of. Now see, Dalen is not a lazy man. He's somebody you could have waited on because he was trying to build himself. You saw the house. The only thing he didn't have was a car. And now look at him, he got a brand new SUV and still got the other car. So you could have just waited instead of messing with Kelvin. But you just couldn't wait, could you? No. And now another female is spending time with him, reaping the benefits. But we'll see what happens when you get egg on your face when you find out about the situation with your daddy. But let's pray it never comes out about Amber and Dalen in that kiss, because that's really going to devastate you. Anyway, back to Anthony. Well, should I say PRA? PRA, you are in love with that man. You are so tired of that man overlooking you for all of these other women. And you want him to see that you are his person. But you need to be honest with him about your feelings. That's your problem. You didn't tell him how you felt. If you felt like your feelings were hurt because of what he did, then you should have told him that. Stop beating around the bush and stop acting like you really support him with all these other women when you know you don't want him with these other women. You want him to see you. That is the worst thing a woman can do if you know you got feelings for somebody and you keep supporting them with other women knowing that's not what you want to do. If you can't accept the fact this man is with other women, stop sitting up here acting like you can. Stop trying to be his homie lover friend, sweetheart. That's why he keeps putting you in the friend zone. Because you support him with these other women knowing that is not what you want. Now, where is her mom at? Can we bring her mama back? Because I would like to hear what her mother got to say Because I want her mama and Angelina to go up against each other. Because they're both the same two women. Both of them want their daughters with successful men. Completely understandable. All women, all mothers do. Except the ones that you got a sister or a brother and, siblings, and that's a whole nother thing. But if you're an only child, yeah, they want you to be happy. They do. But at the end of the day, PRA, he's going to keep overlooking you until you're honest about your feelings. He told you that he relies on you, but yet he's still not choosing you. Been there, done that. We'll never do it again. I've been in PRA's situation. You sit there and watch the man that you're in love with multiple women, and you think by being his friend that one of these days he's going to realize that y'all should be together. Nope, he ain't never going to realize that until he is completely and utterly alone. So, PRA, you need to tell him how you feel about him. That way he can actually move on from both of these women and end up with you. Because he does have feelings for PRA. But like he said, she made it seem like it didn't mean nothing. And instead of her going to him and being honest, she didn't. So you lost a chance. Now you have a chance to tell him the truth and tell him that you'll be there. Now, I'm not saying sleep with him. I ain't saying do none of that while he's going through this. But just let him know how you feel. And tell him don't come to you until he decides whether or not he's going to be with either one of these women or whether he ain't. Because him and Amber ain't going to work. We know that. But he better pray to God that Wayne don't try to wife her up. Because Wayne may actually this time do right by PR. But who knows? Who knows? The look on her face when he was talking to her this morning compared to what he did that night before, that right there is like a slap in the face. And that's all he does. These back-ended compliments. 1 minute saying something nice, the next minute slapping you in your face. Oh well. As for Natasha, it's not Rolanda's place to say that your sister cannot hang out with you. You know what she wants. She wants you to fix her car. That is why she's doing this to you. She wants to be the only one that you take care of like you're a child, like she's your child. You did this. I understand when y'all were younger, you taking care of her because of the fact both your parents passed away. I get it. But at the end of the day, that's your half-sister. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been there, and I had to cut it off. So I'm just telling you, as somebody who had to do that. Your sister, the fact that she's trailing you, the fact that she's following you, the fact that she inserts herself too much into your world, is either that or she wants that coin. Because she didn't start back coming around until that coin came into the picture. So I still think she's trying to get her hands on that coin. Natasha, what did you do to that coin? Did you ever sell it or you still got it? Because it seemed to me like that's for the reason that all of them are still around you. They want that coin. That coin must be worth something. Because they're trying to basically be around you. The fact that Charles was able to find you. Girl, you can't even have no type of privacy. No type of alone time. You gonna have to get rid of both of them. Because your issue and the reason you're preoccupied, we all know why you're preoccupied. His name is Kendrick. That's why you're preoccupied, ma'am. So go ahead and get rid of both of them. Get rid of your dead weight and your leeches and your vampires and your wolves in sheep's clothing, boy and girl to cry wolf, harlots and succubus and Jezebels and harlots. Get rid of it. Girl, the relief you gonna feel when you get rid of your leech. It's time to cut her off. Let me give y'all some advice for those of y'all like Natasha. You gonna continue to have the life sucked out of you. You ain't never gonna have nothing of your own. And you're never going to enjoy the benefits of what you have until you get rid of leeches. Get rid of them. Stop being Captain Save a Hole, build a bears, build the dolls, people pleasing seafolds. Let it go. Mike, something just tells me I don't think Mike gonna end up being the father of this baby. I think Joel gonna be the father. It's gonna be the same thing like what happened with Jay Sean, but the difference is that we have to wait and see how far along she is. But if she's passed further along in a couple weeks, Joel's the father of that baby. And I think Sean is gonna step in and be there for that baby, even though the baby's not his. But I digress.